Welcome back, and we continue our series right before our very, very own Spiking Wealth Masterclass that's taking place next Monday to Thursday. I'm really, really excited to be back here tonight, kind of go through with you really the most important part of your investing journey, and that is selecting the right time frame. Now, we're going to touch on not just the concept of time frames, but we're also going to touch on the very important concept of catalysts. What are catalysts that will move stock prices that kind of dramatically go up or dramatically go down? We're going to look at catalysts and kind of put these catalysts right smack within the timeline, which is what we call the time frame. So, without further ado, I want to present to you 8 of the most important time frames of our life in the world of investing. Ready? Here we go. Check this out. This is the 8 most important time frames in our investing journey. All right, and I kind of gonna zoom in a little bit more. Make sure you can see really close up. All right, it's somewhere around like this, and look right at the top here. We're gonna go through each one of them one by one, and as I kind of review these 8 time frames with you begin to understand, wow, why did you in the past make certain decisions and of which you didn't consider time frame, and kind of you feel rushed into it, or you feel very late into it, or you feel FOMO about it. There are kind of different emotions, kind of right smack, left, right, center, hitting you at the front. Why? Because if you never kind of be fixated with the time frame that you want to invest in, you got to kind of drag along, toss around, and that's the moment in time you become very what we call wishy-washy. Okay, so that is the context. And how many of you are ready to start the class together with me? And if you're ready, just fire away, ready into the live chat. All right, live chat. Okay, once you're ready, we're gonna go into the 8 time frames right now. Check this out. First and foremost, we start off with the 1-day time frame. And in this 1-day time frame, you can see that I put right there the superscript 1 day. We have this really amazing product called Daily Bread. Now, what's the meaning of Daily Bread? Daily Bread simply means that every day we got to eat something to survive. and that's why it's called the Daily Bread. Now, if you need to eat something to survive every day, that means you also got to have an opportunity to make money every single day. So, recap. What have we gone through? What did we go through yesterday? We went through the idea that only in the US stock market, whereby you can see stock prices spiking up 5 to 100% in just 1 day. That's what we learned yesterday, right? So I'm going to put this in front of you. That's called Daily Bread. Lots of opportunities to make money every single day. But the question is this: what is the context of making money in 1 day? In fact, I like to coin the word fast and furious, especially dedicated to those in the millennials and you are in the Gen Z. Kind of, if I had to tell you make money over 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, it's kind of blow and tear your head apart, because you say, no, teacher, I want to really make it fast and furious in 1 day. So I'm going to kind of put out a context behind what is the meaning of a 1 day and the catalyst behind it. All right, so here we go. First, the important catalyst is this. If we say, if there is an event that kind of consistently that will play out every quarter for a public listed company, that event is called the announcement of an earnings. So let's write down right here. It's called earnings, and I want to make sure you get the best of it. All right, where's my pen? Okay, right here. And here we go. All right. So the first concept is called earnings. And earnings is kind of really cool, you see, because what it does is the company is telling the public how it has performed over the past 3 months. And the past 3 months is defined as the quarter. And at the same time, it is also going to tell you how they're going to perform in the next 3 months. That's called the guidance. So past 3 months is the earnings, next 3 months is the guidance, and that two of them put together is called a quarterly earnings announcement. Now, if that is true, then jolly well, every company, every quarter has to make an announcement on their earnings. Sometimes they also tell you about their guidance, but earnings is compulsory. Guidance is kind of, some companies are walking away from that right now. They say, no, I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen in the future. Just take it and leave it. I'm going to just tell you my past 3 months performance. All right. So the rule specifically states that you have to make a compulsory quarterly earnings announcement. But it leaves to open whether you want to tell people about your future performance. That's called guidance. All right. Now, since this is true, and there are about 10,000 over public listed companies, from pink sheets all the way to like mega cheap companies like Facebook, we call it Meta right now, Alphabet, Microsoft, and so on. And if you spread that 10,000 companies over a period of 3 months, now what you're going to see is that almost every single trading day, there will be a few companies announcing earnings. It's very rare that on a certain day you have zero earnings announcement. So every day there'll be earnings announcement. Then we got to split that apart. At the first month of every quarter, that's called a peak earnings announcement. Hundreds of companies announce the earnings on the same day. Then the second month, from the hundreds, reduced by half, about 50 over companies announcing earnings. Then by the time we reach to the third month of the quarter, that's called a low peak earnings season. Maybe 10, 20, sometimes 5 companies announcing per night, all right? So in this regard, we kind of flip back and say, wow, that means to say there is a chance for us to make money, right? Isn't it true? Our job is to catch the spike before it happens. So if you kind of done your due diligence, and the way we go about teaching you is we follow the trail of the hot money, right? And our artificial intelligence kind of track every single body. No blind spots, nothing is hidden from the world of AI. And guess what? We are able to tell at any point in time the hot money is entering into which stock. Now, this is a precursor. You must remember, all of us here today, we can perform our very own due diligence. Whether you practice witchcraft, you study the stars aligned with the moon, you study cosmology, you study the earth, the rain, the sun, and the whatever tricks that you have, whether it's fundamental, technical, and whatever not, doesn't matter. What counts is at the end of your so-called due diligence, you have to put money on the table. Isn't it true? How many of you know what I'm talking about? You will make a decision to invest. That is the due diligence process. The end of it all, you put your money down. That is the most important consideration for us. And I don't want to go backtrack, reverse engineer step 1, step 2, step 3 in a backwards direction, because no one out there is going to be willing to chop off their head and tell you, hey, look at my brain. This is how I arrived at the decision to invest into Tesla. This is why I decided to dump all my stocks in Apple. Nobody's going to tell you about that. But what they have to show you is, did they buy or did they sell? That is compulsory, made by the Securities Exchange Commission. It is a mandatory rule that you have to declare your transactions. Now, you start to scratch your head and say, hey, teacher, something is wrong here. Something is wrong here. I've been investing like 10, 20 years of my life. Nobody forces me to declare when I buy and when I sell. By the way, nobody forces you, but guess what? Your broker has the information, right? Your brokerage house. And by the way, all of your orders, what we call the order flow, will ultimately flow through to the prime broker, which is the godfather of all brokerage houses. And the prime broker, do you think they will be so stupid and look at all this data coming in and not study the data? They will know on an aggregate basis, are there more purchase or are there more net sales? Net purchase versus net sales. They are looking at the data as well. And they are looking at it instantly because they are the prime of all the brokerage houses out there gathering the order flows. So guess what? That being true, don't you realize that money reflects the aggregate or the crowd of due diligence? And you don't have to second guess whether they practice witchcraft, fundamental, technical, or whatever due diligence that they have. Money is the outcome of their decision. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Can you please say, yes, teacher, I know what you're talking about. Now, that's a bit long, but I want to work harder. Yes, teacher, I know what you're talking about, right? Just fire that off, kind of lock into your memory, and you kind of, sing and breathe. Yes, I agree with the teacher. Ding. Okay, done. Since you realize this is really, really powerful, right? Then let's go through the steps. If we can show you the aggregate of money, is it a net positive versus a net negative flowing into a particular stock? Step 1. And then we combine this information with step 2, when the company will announce earnings. If you put these two information together, by the way, I like to do this much better, all right? If you put these two information together, do you not realize that you have a chance to kind of predict the earnings? Yes? And you can have the chance to predict the earnings for how long? In just one day. There you go. Now, even if your prediction is wrong, let me take it all the way to the end of the devil's advocate. And some of you want to be smart ass about it. Oh, you are betting on a binary outcome. Oh, you are gambling. Oh, you are teaching non-traditional financial method. Throw it all out, man. Please throw your hammer, your bullet, your guns, your saw, your dinosaur, whatever. Throw it all out. When you invest, you still have to enter, right? So how do you decide on your timing? How do you know your timing is the perfect timing? Why don't you look at the stars and the moon? Tonight is a full moon, I will enter tonight. You still have to decide on the criteria of entry, right? Don't you agree? Hello? So if you decide to enter tonight, and for whatever reason tomorrow, certain president of the world got assassinated and the market crashed, are you gambling? Have you not made your due diligence? Are you able to calculate the acts of God? You still have to enter, right? And are you listening with me? Hello, please say yes. We are just telling you, perhaps there's a better time to enter. And if you take a step back, you say, teacher, I want to be a long-term investor. Then really, there's no timing to think about it. Whoa. If you believe in it, just go in today and buy. Done. You know, I like to share the story of El Salvador that kind of overcame all the odds against this country and her people, and they did one thing right. They decided to announce the legal tender of Bitcoin for the entire nation. And they also decided to go after every single gangster found on land and put them behind bars in the harshest prison condition. Guess what? They turned around the country. Right now, they are rich simply because they did one thing. Every day, they buy one Bitcoin. Regardless, up, down, sideways, don't care. It's open on their government website. Every day, they'll just go and buy one Bitcoin. Because timing doesn't matter anymore. Because they believe this is the direction of a really, really great asset, just buy. Whether it's up, down, doesn't matter. I'll just buy one Bitcoin every day. Now, I just give you an example. So don't take it to the extreme and start throwing hammers, daggers, saws, and dinosaurs and say, oh, you're betting on time. You still have to enter. That's the point. Are you with me? Please say yes. So we got it. And since we got it, let me just kind of shift this out. I really love this part, all right? So, this is the part where we have this crazy product called Daily Bread, and it's time according to the earnings announcement. And if you are confident with the flow of money entering to a particular stock, by the way, those who bought into the stock, they all believe that the company will beat earnings. Because when you buy, there's only one belief: the price has to go up. But when you sell, there are many reasons for selling. There are thousands of reasons for selling. By the way, many people or new investors or traders, they couldn't overcome this conflict in their thinking. Say, what do you mean by teacher? What do you mean? What do you mean when someone sells, he has many reasons? Somebody sell because he's taking profit. No. Somebody could sell today at a loss simply because he ran out of cash. Somebody could be selling today for whatever price simply because the wife wants him to buy a house. Somebody could be selling today because why? The children needs to go to college. Somebody could be selling a house, shares today because they got nothing better to do. Many reasons. But when somebody buys a stock, hey, this is big affair, man. There's only one conviction: the price wants to go up. So are you with me right now? So buying versus selling, that's not a conundrum anymore. It's very, very clear path. Buyer believes the price go up. Seller sells for a variety of reasons. And sometimes it's illogical. But of course, majority who are intelligent and smart and wise would want to sell at the profit. Nobody likes to sell at a loss. But when someone is selling at a loss, there are many reasons. He knows if he kept the stock for another 10, 20 years, he'll be fine. But he sell at a loss right now because panic kicks in, fear kind of clouded his decision. The friends around him kind of put some poison into his mind and he's made a silly decision to sell. Things like that. Okay? So we're going to put this back. Daily Bread is designed to look at earnings announcement of a public listed company. And the second one that we have right here is really interesting. It is called Resurrection. It's time over 1 month period. Now, 1 month period, this is the best product that you can ever take part in, where number one, you're going to save lives. Why I say that? You're going to save lives because we are investing to pharmaceutical companies that kind of design and invent the drug that will save your life, whether it's cancer, leukemia, high blood pressure, thousands of diseases that's kind of surrounding us in this modern day today, all right? They have a cure for that. So if you invest in a pharmaceutical company, this is my perspective. You're doing good. You're saving lives. At the same time, if the stock price goes up, congratulations, double the bonus. You profit and you save lives. And I was just attending a really interesting seminar yesterday by the Singapore Institute of Directors. And one of the panelists, she sits in the board of director of the Singapore Totalizer. Now, Singapore Totalizer, for our friends from overseas, you may not know what this is. This is the government-linked organization that takes care of all the lottery, all the things that related to gambling. You can bet on football legally in Singapore, and I'm not too sure what else you can bet on, all right? But I don't take part in that. And most of them are buying a lucky draw that's every week or every month or every quarter. I'm not too sure the frequency as well. But whatever it is, they preserve an outlet for gamblers in my country. And guess what she said in the panel? All these revenues that we take in for gambling, right? Majority of the revenues, more than 70% of them will be payout. No, one more time. 30% of it will be reserved to pay out for the next winner, right? Because sometimes they add on the pool of the winnings and the pot becomes bigger and bigger. And then 70% of it will be circulated back to society to help those that are underprivileged and those who are unfortunate for the season. 100% circulation of money. And that's the reason why she agreed to serve in the board of director for the Singapore Totalizer. I heard that, I said, wow, I didn't think of it that way. That's really amazing. So if you take the same context and look at investing in a pharmaceutical stock, this is investing plus corporate social responsibility, CSR. You are saving somebody's life. How many of you love to save somebody's life? Can you please say yes? Hey, by the way, I'm going to do my spot check right now. Who's alive tonight? I want to take a look at you. Okay, who's alive tonight? Are you ready? Can you please type in I'm alive? I am alive, mama. Who's alive? Let's check this out. Wow, so many of you logged in already. Thank you. I want to see you type I'm alive. Today I got a change of glass. This is a really beautiful, beautiful mug, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me say hello to all my dear friends. Emmeline, I see you. Thank you. Jeffrey, Dr. Jeffrey, Chupat, man. Francis, Stephen, thank you for joining us. And I see Victor, Marcel. Emmeline is alive. Thank you. Kelvin, you're back. You're alive. Very, very good. Thank you for joining us. Wow, wow, wow. Awesome, awesome. And by the way, I got a great piece of news to share with all of you today. I'm really, really excited about it. Thank you, all of you, for joining us here tonight. I want to show you this great piece of news. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, where do I start off here? So today, I was doing my company Scrum meetings in the morning, and then I received an email entering the inbox. I took a look at it. I said, holy moly, finally, lo and behold, the email from TikTok has arrived in my mailbox. And I'm really, really excited about it because this email has confirmed that my TikTok account right now is officially verified with the blue tick. Wow, I'm really excited about this. And in a way, TikTok knows my heart. They gave me this verified blue tick because they want me to do more videos on TikTok. So, and that's my kind of affirmation as well. I started looking at all the different tools from all the different social media outlets. I can tell you for sure, TikTok has the most cutting edge. Just one product that they created called CapCut, it is amazing. Oh my God, it's so powerful. And there are many magical stuff that you can perform with that superior product. And of course, the viewership from TikTok is a completely different generation of people, quite a different mix from those in Facebook, even more different from those in Instagram, and especially compared to those from YouTube as well. So the whole landscape kind of changed, and I say, wow, what does it take for us to make sure we are on the right track, and such that how many of you heard of this problem of impersonation? And we get hit all the time because I'm a public figure. And so if you go Telegram, look for my name, there are probably 100 accounts named Clement Chang. And then they will message you and ask you give them money using my picture, my name, and everything else. All right. So the problem of a scam is really, really real to us. We are in the public business. So as a result, we took a concerted effort, and I'm pleased to announce to you that today we've taken efforts to protect you. You are great students, and thank you for knowing us really intimately. But for many out there who do not know about us or get to know us for the first time, they will be hit by the scammers. And I want to explain to you what that is. They'll pretend using my picture, my name, and even the way I talk, overwriting to kind of put fear into the students and ask them to send money to them. All right, it's ridiculous. We don't do that. So let me address this. So officially today, right now, all of our social accounts are verified with the blue tick, including the latest to enter the family, and that's none other than TikTok. So when you engage with us, you have confidence and trust in our brand that no one is going to scam you or to fish you or whatever. You are dealing with the authentic, legitimate social account that belongs to Spiking itself. always make sure you look out for the blue tick. And very soon we'll be adding two more social accounts here. One is WeChat, the other one is TikTok. TikTok is official, so our engineers will be adding it uh, over the next week period. Right now, all on a backlog. Okay, we talk about saving lives, and next we're going to talk about is the third time frame, really important to us, and that's called triangulation. This is really powerful. Tonight we're going to go through triangulation, and this time frame is defined as 1 quarter. Now, what's the meaning of 1 quarter? So for every time frame, I want to explain to you. For 1 day means I get in today, I get out tomorrow, buy low, sell high, make money. All right? For resurrection, which is 1 month, I get in today, 1 month later, I get out, buy low, sell high, I make money. Now, for FDA announcement or approval or the approval of the clinical trials, typically there's a 1 day buffer window. So we spread over 1 day. Now, earnings is much closer. It's just 1 day. You get in the day of the earnings, and once they announce, boom, spike up, done. All right. And right now, if we talk about triangulation, is you get in today, you get out 3 months later in 1 quarter. Now, this product is designed for who? It's designed for very busy executives who say, okay, I'm building up my career. I'm running a business. I really can't do it every day. No problem. You just invest today, 3 months later, come back and take a look and see the power of this product, right? So we have triangulation right here. And straight away, our Trade GPT AI robot will kind of tell you, out of so many companies out there, which one you should be looking at today. So take, for example, how many? Today, they're like, if you want to play triangulation, you got to study 282 companies today just to make a decision. 1 out of 282. Come, let me look at you closely. Ding. Do you honestly think that you are a good student? How many honestly think that you're a good student? Right? But for you to make a decision tonight, no matter how good or how great you are as a student, you have to study 282 companies just to select one stock to invest tonight. No matter how great you are, you will fail and collapse. Because humanly, it's just not possible. How many of you know what I'm talking about? It's not possible to study individually 282 stocks to make a decision which one to buy. Not possible. If you say yes, Sifu, you are the grandmaster. But I think you're lying. Because why? Over time, you suffer from fatigue. I'm talking about doing this every day, Mondays to Fridays, repeat. Mondays to Fridays, repeat. Mondays to Fridays. Not possible at all. You will grow tired. And in fact, after you do that 282 companies of analysis, you will completely get confused. You don't even know what to think about anymore because of fatigue, because of many, many reasons. Now, how do we solve this problem? Very simple. Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. We let our robot tell us out of 282, which one would our robot rank number one? And today, our robot rank ExxonMobil as the number one stock you should consider if you are playing in the time frame of 3 months, which is 1 quarter. Can you see how efficient this process is? I mean, it takes away all the fluff, all the smoke screen, all the black boxes, whatever witchcraft out there. Done deal. Now, then the question is, why should I look at ExxonMobil? Why? I show you the second magical box because of this. Ding, ding. The net positive purchase is $38.9 billion. Mama, what's the meaning of $38.9 billion? Every day there's a sovereign wealth fund, pension funds, retirement funds. There's a politician. There are superheroes buying, selling ExxonMobil. But now, as I show you the data live on stream right here at YouTube, the data is telling us right now the net purchase is $38.9 billion. And do you have to re-engineer and rediscover what strategies or tactics that they use? You don't have to. This is the reflection of their strategy. This is a reflection of their tactic or whatever witchcraft that they are using. $38.9 billion. Done. And some of you start to ask, teacher, you mean it's just like that? Yeah, just like that. What else you want to do? It is just like that. Why you complicate things? But if you want some more, no problem. Let me give it to you. How many of you want some more? Can you please type in some more? Because some of you love the pain and the torture and you're sadistic by nature. You feel that you're not done enough before you invest and buy your first stock. You want to hit yourself left, right, center, get bruises all over. They say, I'm satisfied. I'm ready to buy the stock. Hello, there's a better way and an easier way to do this, my friend. Here we go. Bang, bang. Since you look at ExxonMobil, you say, you mean teacher, so easy. Yeah. So why don't you do this right now? This is 38.9 billion. Then look at the number two guy. The number two guy is how much? Ding, 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 ding. 23.4 billion. About half. Then you just decide A or B. Done. Because these two are the best out of the 200 over stocks that you can look at tonight if you want to invest. So it's A or B. Now, is there a better decision to make? You mean teacher is just like that? Yeah, it's just like that. I mean, how much more you want to torture yourself? Now, I tell you what I look at. Give you another clue. Of course, there's very, very good data behind. But today I just give you a like little teaser, man. All right. So let me take a look at what we call the anchor lead investor, the biggest buyer of the stock. For ExxonMobil, Vanguard 5.7 billion, BlackRock 3.6 billion, State Street 1.9 billion. By the way, when you have these three names appearing to be your shareholder, your company is done to the moon. All right? You are forever there, next 100 years. And then if you look at the second guy, Amazon, do they have $1 billion bet? Yes. The first one, 6.6, comparable to 5.7. The second one, 2 billion by Sanders Capital, right? And BlackRock took part 3.6 up there. BlackRock also took part in this company, but the clue is where? If BlackRock invested in these two companies, and you get to see how they deploy their capital between ExxonMobil versus Amazon, you will realize that they put more money into ExxonMobil, 3.6 billion, as opposed to Amazon, 1.9 billion. Ding, 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 ding. Hello? Is that easy or not? The same investor, in deciding investing in A and B, their conclusion is, yes, both must invest. Then the second question is, how much? So between A and B, if A receives more money than B, then jolly well, who do you think is the better candidate? Can you all please fire the answer away on your live chat, and I know you are awake. It's really that simple. Don't be too sadistic on yourself. And that's it. Carl, can I take a look at the answer? Are you looking at A or B? Come on, where is the answer? Are we looking at A or B? A or B? All right. I'm still waiting for the lag to kind of finish up, and then the answer will start flying into my live chat here. There's about 20 seconds delay, all right? Is it A or B? Can I take a look at your answers? A or B? All right, A or B? Still waiting. Yes! The first one to respond is Stephen. Thank you very much. Stephen with an A, Chufa with an A, Man with an A, Fukui with an A, Jeffrey with an A, Emily with an A, Joy with an A, Marcel with an A. None, that's it. It is so easy, right? Now, All over here, this is kind of a quick demonstration of the timeline, right? The main takeaway for tonight is helping you to understand what are the different time frame that you can invest in. So what I done just now is what we call the short-term investing. Anything 3 months or below, that's called short term. All right. But anything 1 year or above to us is called long-term investing. So I divide it into two categories. So you have a short and a long. Short on the left, long on the right. All right. So let me just make sure you really understand what I'm talking about. So this is called short term, and then I put it across right there. Ding, ding. And then this is called long term. All right. So let me just shift a little bit. Oh, so much nicer, right? So long term, how long can it be long? By the way, I think we are just wasting time because I know the audience coming in tonight on a YouTube live stream, you are fast and furious. I suspect most of you, you are either in Gen Z, the millennials, or Gen X. Maybe we have one or two baby boomers, but most of you don't like long term. How many of you agree what I'm saying is true? You don't have the patience for long term. Most people don't have the patience for long term. You know why? Because along the way you lose the motivation, you get distracted, and you start, getting your hands itchy all over the place. That's why I'm very, very, I highly respect those who can do the same thing for the 10, 20, 30 years of their life when the same thing doesn't increase their wisdom or increase their network or increase their wealth. Those people are really amazing. All right. And the most important category of those people do the same thing are what kind of people? Religious people, believe in the same God for the rest of their life. They just pray to the same God, right? And they get all the benefits. Nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to wealth and investing, I got a different expectation. I feel the need to grow. I feel the need to get rich. I feel the need to hang out with more people, kind of networking, more people of a category of a net worth higher than me. That's me. Maybe that's not for you because I'm extroverted. Perhaps you are introverted. But whatever it is, you will extract wisdom. So if you look at long term right here, how long is long? Let me run through with you right now. 1 year is our minimum standard. All right, 1 year is our minimum standard right here. We call it good, greatest of all time. Then for 4 years, it's like over an election cycle, right? Every 4 years we have an election. And in the US, in the Constitution, is exactly 4 years, all right? Unlike other countries, between perhaps 4 to 6 years. Then that's what we call stop buyback. 1 decade is for chasing after trillion-dollar market cap companies. And most of them hit trillion-dollar market cap. From the point of identifying the candidate, within 10 years, they will become a trillion-dollar market cap. And then how about lifetime? You only live once. What is the instrument that you can buy today and you will definitely go to a value whereby you can exit with $1 million profit? Holy moly, would you like to know that? And finally, over 3 generations, perhaps the legacy extended beyond you as a single person, pass on to your children and your grandchildren, right? And those who are really, really blessed, they live to see their grandchildren. And that's why, 长命百岁, there's a Chinese saying that goes that you live a long life and you see really, really great blessing. You feel a deep sense of gratitude. So, my dear friends, to kind of nail it down, there are only 8 time frames in your investing journey. Out of the 8, you can only divide it by 2. Either you are short term or long term. Now, whether you are called a trader or investor doesn't matter. Don't get anal about the terminology. Doesn't matter at all. Because some people get fixated. Oh, you're a trader. Oh, you're an investor. So what? I mean, everybody is hybrid at different seasons of their life. For example, let me drink some water first. How many of you are aware of the fact that Warren Buffett. Let's talk about Warren Buffett. He acted worse than a trader. I say again, Warren Buffett. He acted worse than a trader. How worse can you be worse? How many of you heard of the great pandemic that started in February 2020? Yes? Within 2 months of 2020 February, by April, he dumped the airline stocks that he owned, knowing for a fact that travel will be locked down. He dumped not one, not two, not three. He dumped 4 airline stocks in one go. Bang, all gone. Bing, zero. So do you call him a long-term investor? Or do you call him a trader? Or do you call him something worse than a trader? He's supposed to be a white knight to save those guys. He dumped them. Get the point? So don't be fixated about long or short, but really be focused that you want to make a great decision to become a great investor. That's the reason why tonight we share with you about time frame. All right, a few things before we let you off from the live stream. By the way, how many of you enjoyed the class tonight? If you enjoy, can you just type in yes, enjoy. And the last thing is, once we consider time frame, I kind of given you this very powerful tool yesterday. What you need to do is to put all this consideration on a calendar. Here we go. I invite you to go to spiking.com/calendar. It contains all the key economic data announcement that includes the CPI, the PPI. We have PPI announcement tonight. And then next week, you're going to have the FOMC announcement of the interest rate cut and so on. And then you can do this thing, all right? You can add to your Google Calendar or Outlook or Yahoo or whatever calendar that you're using, and then place it on top of your own personal calendar. And it becomes part of a journey so that you develop the sensitivity for time. And that's the reason why tonight, before we end off tonight's sharing, kind of take a look. Today, we are right here on a Thursday, on the 12th of September, right? We are right here. So make sure you join us next week for the Spiking Wealth Masterclass. Can we show them the QR code yesterday? Quite a number of them wrote in and said, I flashed the QR code too fast and furious, and then they couldn't take a snapshot of it. Can we show them the QR code for the Wealth Masterclass? All right, that's the QR code, and we're going to put it on the right-hand side here. How do I make it on the right-hand side here? All right, that's good. My face got chopped off already. It's okay. All right, so there you go. Just take out your phone and scan on a QR code, or you can visit spi.ke. Why don't I type it out right here? Or can just go to, quite a number of you couldn't see it fast enough. So you can visit this link called spi.ke/join, and that's where you can register for the 4 days Wealth Masterclass. That's absolutely free. But we require one commitment from you, and that is you need to show up over the 4 days, all right? If you don't show up over the 4 days, you'll be in so much pain for the rest of your life. Let me explain to you why. Because you come to something so close, yet so far away, you'll be beating yourself upside down. How come I never complete my mastery from Dr. Clement Cheung? I'm very sure of that. Because no one else out there can show you wisdom combined with data, and you put a layer of AI on top of both of them, you get magic. That's what we're going to offer you, the magic of the 4 days Wealth Masterclass. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight, where we touch on a really, really important topic called the 8 time frames. I hope it has benefited you to recognize whether you're short-term or long-term, whether you're a trader or investor, doesn't really, really matter. What matters is that you seize the opportunity. We are in the golden era of wealth transfer. So much wealth will be transferred during this season, and those without the knowledge will be left behind. I leave you with this message. Thank you, and God bless you. Till we meet again tomorrow. Good night, everybody.